All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to join me. Today is May 7th, 2021. Let's talk market, shall we? Before we begin, make sure to click bottom right-hand corner of your screen. There's a little logo, our logo. Click on that little white box. Turn on notifications. Like our video, subscribe to our channel. Really do appreciate it as always. More great things to come. Let's go ahead and get started. Dow futures are down 18 points. NASDAQ futures up 165 points, S&P up 0.36% as we tapped all-time highs on E-mini futures post NFP. Non-farm payroll, we'll go over that here in a second. Bitcoin futures up 2.44%, Ethereum futures up 1.04%, crude oil is down 0.63% at 64.30 a barrel, gold futures up 1.12%, 18.36 an ounce. 27.50 an ounce for silver futures up 0.12%. Euro dollar up 52 pips, 121.16. 108.59 down 49 pips for the dollar yen. For my forex people, VIX is down 0.71% at 18.26. Again, below 20, good sign. And the dollar index is down 0.54% at 90.46. Okay, so now we got some numbers in. Let's go ahead and take a look at it exactly. And see exactly what's the next move, what to expect. So with that being said, let's see exactly the number. I'm going to go on Twitter and get it. Okay, the expectations for non-farm payroll report, which is employment report, this is the jobs added. 1 million jobs were expected to be added. That was the consensus. We only added 266,000. So the unemployment rate actually ticked up. Unemployment actually went up to 6.1%. It's the first increase in unemployment in a year, back to April 2020. So what does that mean? Right now, remember, the Fed's mandate, or what they're focused on, is employment. That's number one. So what that means is that if employment gets really, really hot, meaning the unemployment gets down to around possibly 5%, 4%, again, that's 4%, below 4 was where we were pre-pandemic. So again, that's where we were. Again, their main thing was that keep rates low, keep buying bonds, which is QE, until employment is good. So employment is their really big mandate. Second is their inflation target of 2%. Well, we just saw employment not be where it's expected. So that's why you're getting rates going lower. And let me give you the number on the rates. Right now, the 10-year is at 1.515. 1.515, there you go, 1.515, down 46 basis points. So rates are going lower. Take a look at what's rotating. Look at NASDAQ. It's boosting up. So again, value is being rotated out. If you want to take a look at the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, we had JPM calls yesterday. We took profit on those, and I was holding them. I was up nearly 101%. I took profits on 18 contracts. I had 20. I left 2 running. Probably those are going to go to the crapper. But again, that's okay because I was willing to know the risk there. So again, I like NASDAQ here. I like where tech stocks are moving. Again, on this number. Now, again, it was a lot to be digested. So let's see where we go. So, sorry, just texting my team. Let's see what we get currently. Where we are right now watching the markets, if I can go and bring up the heat map while I'm seeing here. Microsoft is green pre-market, Apple's up 1%, Google's up 1%, Amazon 1%, Tesla 1%. Again, all right here is all your growth. Again, all the growth names that do very well in a low rate environment. But look at consumer defensive, look at energy, look at financials. Again, those are value. Again, value pays dividends, a little more stable. Again, in a high rate environment, when rates go higher, guys, you want to focus on dividends. You want to focus on value. When rates are low, you want to focus on growth. Again, growth, we know semiconductors, tech, consumer cyclicals, all that jazz. So that's where we are. So again, I'm expecting a nice boost on the NASDAQ today, possibly looking at some Q calls, probably looking at some tech names that are probably going to boost. Again, we had some really good news on some earnings from yesterday. Roku had an amazing quarter. I'm very happy to see that as a shareholder. It's one of my largest holdings. So again, nice to see a little bounce here. DraftKings reported as well. They had great earnings. I'm glad I'm holding that. And let's see if I could probably buy some more. Penn also had a great quarter. I added some more shares yesterday. So again, a lot of stuff to really digest. I'm seeing JPM starting to bounce a little bit, starting to see NASDAQ kind of pull back for some gains. But the good news is that, look at us, we're right above 4,200 on E-mini futures. So again, even with a weaker unemployment report, we're going to get a Fed that's going to be a lot accommodative based on what we're seeing. Looking at NQ, the NASDAQ futures, I have a futures position open. We broke the 200-day. Once we clear the 200-day, right around 1816, 13, 18, 16 possibly. Again, that'll clear us above the recent wick high. I'm going to place an alert there. Once we get that, I'm really looking to target probably about 14,000 on futures. So again, we're seeing a little bit of a red candle now. I'm not really worried about it. But again, that 200 days seems to be that short term. So the resistance, I think we break above that. We should get around 13.9. Do we get there by close today? That'd be very nice. You're talking about another 200 point pop, maybe a 170 point pop. We've seen it before. Again, that'll boost Apple, that'll boost Microsoft. All the names that you guys or most people have been worried about, the growth names, they're going to catch bids today. Again, your Roku's, your Squares, your PayPals of the world, possibly some SPACs and what have you. So again, that's something I'm looking at today. Again, a re-rotation out. So let's see where we go. Let's see. Give me a second. Let me see. Sorry, let me tell my team to update the team on Discord since I'm with you guys. So that's where we are currently. Again, a lot of pre-market movers. Looks really good. I mean, I was expecting a really strong non-farm payroll report. I was hoping for, but I had a feeling it was going to be a sell the event move, sell the news, buy the rumor sort of thing. That's why I got a JPM. Really don't have any calls open except for some longer term plays. So again, pretty chill for the most part. Some leaps. So looking at this, I'm gonna let the market digest it before I start getting into anything. But again, tech would probably be my focus today. So let's see where we are. With that being said, let's answer some questions. Thoughts on 134 bike call? I don't know. Oh, Nike call next week. I said bike. That's from Cabillo. Oh. He said 134 call for next week. Well, you're in the money now. There is some resistance right around 134.79. So again, Nike's a tough one because it doesn't really move as much. I would like a break of 136. I don't think it's terrible. If there's some volume, fine, keep it. But again, let's take a look at the price action today. They are a cyclical name, so they could be boosting. What are your thoughts on Baidu? Baidu is a strong name, of course. Again, they've been beaten down just like most tech names. They're up about 67 cents pre-market. I'm expecting them to boost as well. Again, a lot of the beaten growth names are probably going to catch bids today. So I wouldn't trade Baidu, but again, if you like it, this is probably a really good situation for you to buy some cheap shares. One day does not a rotation make. Inflation and issues by NFP minutes, don't you think? Correct. Yeah, absolutely. But again, one day is a big day for the Fed too, non-farm payroll, because that's their focus. So again, I can understand where you're saying, oh, rotation. We're getting rotation almost every day, or every 2 days. So again, as traders, we want to take advantage of those moves. If we're looking as investing, really nothing has really changed in my mandate. Again, unless we actually get the Fed raising rates, meaning they're announcing it. We're tapering bond buying. We're raising rates today. I don't think you change anything. I'm not changing my growth strategy. I haven't touched anything. All I've been doing is buying shares at discounts personally, and it's been working. I mean, you get some drawdowns here and there. Sure, look at ARKK, of course. But again, if you have a longer term view, nothing has really changed. But this is a nice little bonus, I guess, for those tech holders, because you're going to see some green today as the NASDAQ is boosting. Did you buy Palantir yesterday? I did buy some Palantir, yes. Facebook, good setup today. Let's take a look at it. Facebook is moving. Yes, they're up about $4 pre-market. There's still a little more to go. If you're looking at possibly looking long on Facebook, a 330 call would not be bad. Maybe a break of this wick of 326.57, possibly 325. I would target 330, if that. Again, you need to see the volume. Thoughts on Ethereum Classic? I don't know the difference between Ethereum Classic and Ethereum. All I own is Ethereum. So I pretty much think that's the best I can give you. I'm trying to get my CFO for an interview. So he doesn't have social media. So he's one of those guys, which is, I totally respect that. So he's a big crypto guy. He owns quite amount of crypto. He got me into crypto actually. He's actually my best friend from high school. So, and he's also a CPA and an accountant. So he works with us. I'm going to see if I can get him for an interview so I can record it, post it on YouTube, and post it on IG Live, and ask all the questions that you guys have asked. It's because of him I bought Bitcoin at 9,000. It's because of him I bought Bitcoin at 18,000. It's because of him I got into Ethereum and all these names. I mean, I've been rolling with crypto with him since 2016, and he's been spot on every time. So again, he's not some oracle. It's just what he does. So he's a really big focus on it. I'll see if I can get him for an interview, a recorded one, probably like a 10 or 15-minute talk. Kind of go over a bunch of things that he likes, what's he expecting for the future. So be on the lookout for that. It should be very, very fun. Let's see. I loaded some more nice. Mara reporting next week. There's a 40 call. Sound good. I would actually stay away from Mara because I'm noticing that they're disconnecting from most crypto. So again, even with crypto being up, Mara's been going down. Look at Coinbase, same thing. I like Coinbase. Obviously, I use the brokerage, so I like to invest in things that I actually use. Yes, it's been down, and I'm okay with that. Again, I want to own a long term. Mara and Riot, I would not touch, to be honest with you, even with calls or puts. I'm getting really worried about hyperinflation, bubble forming, bursting. How can I chill a little bit? I mean, I think for the most part, you're already kind of, you're one of those, you're probably thinking like an individual who's sick and already planning their funeral. I can understand your concerns. Sure, hyperinflation and all that stuff, that's fine. But we're not there. I mean, yes, people who say that they're bearish or the world's going to end, yeah, that's nice and dandy for a headline or a blog. But we need to pay the rent. We need to make sure we make money. I mean, saying that the world's going to end for the next 7 years or 8 years, that doesn't get us paid today. I'm pretty sure if you were short yesterday, you really didn't do much. You really didn't do much today. So again, I get the concern, and I understand if you're a longer term investor, if you kind of want to hedge yourself, maybe get some dividend stocks, which I have a portfolio for that. So again, I understand the hedge, but the kind of the sensationalist headline, the world's going to end, hyperinflation, the world, and all this nonsense, that's fine and dandy for clicks. But this is not meant for clicks. If I would look at the point that how can we profit today? That's really the only thing we can focus on. Saying that the world's going to end and saying hyperinflation is coming and all that stuff, again, doesn't really, not very practical right now. So, I mean, again, if you're a long-term investor, hedge is fine. Insure yourself, sure. If you want to, if inflation's high, would you want to hold on to cash? Probably not. What would you want to hold? Bonds? Sure, bonds are being bought, fine. But I would say possibly crypto is your hedge. Everyone's always asking, what's your hedge? Crypto. Crypto is a good hedge against the dollar. Look at the dollar now, down about 0.41%, slightly bouncing. Thoughts on adding coin here? I'm not going to add any more coin unless it's below 200 or the earnings report comes out. I want to see their earnings, and then we can go from there. I have some decent amount of coin, not tons, but I have some, and let's see where we go from there. Levels on Apple. Apple is nicely breaking above the 137.8 level. That was my level to kind of see what was going to happen, what's next in line. The 200-day on the hourly, 132.37. Let's see if we can break that first. If that does break, my next level will possibly be about 134 or 135. I think 134 is very prudent. I might get into that today. I want to see how the tech goes. But looking at it here, I think Apple should get a nice little run today. I own shares, of course. One of my largest stock holding is Apple, so it's nice to see them bounce. Again, I'm very bullish on Apple long term anyways. They're a cash intensive company. They got all they can to weather any kind of storm. I would say them and Microsoft are pretty much bulletproof. Google, I would probably add up there too. Staying at home names to book today. Yeah, again, if they're up in the Nasdaq, they're gonna get some love. Peloton, they're gonna be up. They're up $4 pre-market. If you look at Alibaba, they're up pre-market. If you look at Microsoft, they're up pre-market. I mean, trying to think of any names that have been beaten down lately in regards to the market. DraftKings is up pre-market. Palantir is actually flat pre-market. Zoom is up pre-market. So there you go. Look at Space. Space is actually down pre-market. How about that? So let's take a look at Pins. Pins was beaten down a lot. They're up pre-market, so they're up about $1. I have a break of about 69.49, probably get some calls. So Home Depot has been on fire too, and they're down pre-market. So again, a lot of value rotation. Again, just for today, our gentleman was correct regarding that rotation is not one day make. Actually, very well said. But again, we're looking at short term since we're trading. If we're looking as a long-term investor, you're probably not even thinking about it. You're still sticking with your plan. You're probably buying index funds or dividend stocks, which is totally fine. But I'm speaking to the trader today. The trader is basically looking at this as an opportunity to take a look at NASDAQ and these names that have been beaten down, possibly look at some opportunities to go long here. Let's see. Good deal on financials today. Financials are fine, but they've definitely ran up a lot. I'm still bullish financials, absolutely. Look at XLF, fell to the 50-day. Could possibly be an opportunity to play that bounce. Same thing with JPM. But looking at it short term, I think tech is the way to go. We've had a nice little bellwether here with this unemployment number. Thought on Tesla today. Tesla is up about $6 pre-market. There's nothing there to trade. I own shares, so there's nothing really there to touch, to be completely honest with you. Break above possibly 680, 685, maybe you can target 700, but I wouldn't do anything today on Tesla. Actually, wouldn't touch it. Thoughts on adding Peloton here? I don't like Peloton whatsoever. I explained that yesterday. If you own Peloton and you want to keep it, by all means. If you're looking as an exit to get out, right here is a good one because you don't want to get out when it's up, not when it's down. So if you're an individual who has been kind of trapped on Peloton, you got some great gains from COVID, possibly today is the best way to go because Peloton it's giving you the gift of a nice $11 pop from yesterday's lows. Could be the situation here. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Let's see what NASDAQ does. Let's see what growth does versus value. We'll keep you up to date, obviously, on the stories on Instagram and on Twitter, as always. Keep it locked, as always. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. Have a happy weekend, everybody, and I'll catch you later today for the after market report. We'll go over the day's inner workings. Let's see what worked. Let's see what didn't. And let's see if NASDAQ holds up these gains. We'll catch you guys on Monday. Cheers, guys.